Hi everyone, this is Dr. Ann Auburn from the Natural Health Improvement Center, Grandville, Michigan. Today I'm here to talk about multivitamin, multimineral supplements. I know you've probably heard this before, but you definitely should be taking a multivitamin, multimineral. I know a lot of people think that they can get whatever they need from their diet, and we should be eating a good diet. We should be eating 5 to 7 servings of vegetables per day. We should be sourcing clean animal proteins. If we do animal proteins in our diet, we should be eating more plants. We should be taking care to buy the cleanest version we can and preparing them so that we're not frying them or cooking them in rancid oils and things like that. You just can't get what you need just from food these days. There's more stress, there's more chemicals, as I said, and there's just more things getting in the way of the body being able to just be good with just food. And especially in times like this where we're dealing with a epidemic of global proportions regarding coronavirus, it's really come to light that the key to staying healthy in that situation is taking care of the host. Preparing ahead of time, not having a knee-jerk response to infection and then getting thrown on a ventilator. It's another good reason to stop smoking. You know, smoking is one of the most damaging things to the human body. It is a very hard habit to kick, but you'll find as you start to create some of these good habits, it becomes easier and easier over time when you give up sugar, when you start tasting the sweetness in natural food, when you get away from, you know, the fast food, the junk food, the excessive carbohydrates that, you know, people eat in this country, you're going to be putting your body in a position of health, and you're not going to be susceptible to these types of infections, or even if you do get them, you're going to be able to handle them and come out the other side. In fact, it's interesting, 16% of the people that were tested in one study had coronavirus antibodies, but they'd never developed any symptoms at all. So those people must have pretty darn good immunity, or there's some other reason, which I'm sure we'll find out in the next year or two here. But what I want to talk about today is one of the multivitamins that I think is one of the best. This is our private label, Dr. Auburn's Advanced Nutritionals. And this is a packet of pretty much everything you would need throughout the day. 2 packets per day. They look like this. There's the same thing in both packets. There's not a morning and an evening. They're just all the same. You'll see that there's 4 multivitamins in there. And there's a fish oil in there. And then there's also Resveratrol, which I'll talk about in a minute. So it's real easy. You get this big canister, and then you have enough of these for a month at 1 twice a day. If it's a teenager or somebody under 100 pounds, they could probably get by with a 1 packet per day. But why do I like this multivitamin? Just so you know, we have data sheets on all of the supplements that we sell at our office. So if there's anything that you want to know, we can produce one of these sheets and you can read about it. And there's usually scientific references at the end. But one of the things about this product is it has very good minerals. They're the Trax mineral chelates, and they've been proven to have anywhere from 2 to 8 times the absorption depending on the mineral. So this is not just your, you know, grandmother's magnesium or calcium or other products. These minerals are chelated so that they are absorbed well. In fact, the whole product is designed for bioavailability. I mean, what good is it to take something like this if you're not really absorbing it? Yes, people do have gut issues. That's one of the biggest problems we see in our patients in functional medicine. And if you have those problems, we can help your gut function better so that you will get more out of vitamins, food, and everything. Also in this product, you'll notice that there's B vitamins, and the B vitamins are very special. They're the methylated form of the B vitamins so that you can use them to help your methylation detox cycle, which is very important. We check things like that in our office. We check for mutations of that methylation process. We check for elevated homocysteine levels, which make you more susceptible to coronary artery disease and strokes. And then we can appropriately give you additional methylated B vitamins if you need it. A lot of times people are not taking a multivitamin when they see me. If their homocysteine is high, I put them on the multivitamin, and a lot of times their homocysteine is normal after that. But you do have to take this stuff on a regular basis. Like B vitamins, for instance, they're water soluble. So they're going to be washed out of the body in about 4 days. So it's not something you just take whenever you feel like it, or take when you're sick or something like that. You really need to take these on an ongoing basis to keep the body healthy and prepared for whatever might come along, whether that be chemicals or an infection. In this product is omega-3s. And omega-3s are very, very important. I've been talking about those for years. There have been articles in the past that have been written in various newspapers and whatnot saying that they're contaminated, they're dangerous, you know. Well, yes, if you get junky contaminated fish oils, but these are gotten from fish in the Chilean Sea, and it's one of the least industrialized bodies of water in the world. So it comes from very clean fish, and all of these things are tested by the company themselves, and then they have outside companies that come in and they test for all of these things to make sure that they're clean, that they don't have any contaminants in them, and that they actually are what they say they are. I read a study years ago where they took 26 different supplements and they looked at the active ingredient and they tested it and found that almost half of them did not even have the active ingredient or had way less than it said on the label. So that's what we're talking about with quality of supplements. There's a lot of junk out there that, if anything, has colors or dyes, or the only form of calcium is calcium carbonate, or the only form of magnesium is magnesium oxide. That is not something you really want. You're only going to absorb about 10% of it. So if you're going to spend your money, spend it on something good. And then the last thing I want to talk about here is Resveratrol. We do sell the Resveratrol separately, but so you can get it by itself if you already have a multivitamin and a fish oil that you take. But this is anti-cancer, antioxidant. It scavenges free radicals. It's also got antiviral activity. Now, resveratrol is one of the components of this. It's also got astragalus in it, which is known to have great effects on the immune system, and broccoli seed extract. But resveratrol itself, I looked up a study today, and it was talking about how it has activity against herpes viruses, Epstein-Barr virus, respiratory syncytial virus, and many different viruses. So resveratrol or resveratrol is something that you might want in your program, especially if you're susceptible. This Daily Essentials packets, it's right in there for you. And also, if you want to know more about vitamins and minerals, Pam Smith, who's from Detroit, she's a Michigander, she's a MD, she's a great teacher, and she's written many books on hormones, vitamins, etc. She's a great speaker. And also there's another book I like called The Supplement Period by Michael Smith, MD. Basically every lecture I've ever given to patients or other physicians, I talk about the need for your foundational base, and that's your multivitamin and your fish oils. You need those for other things to work appropriately. Now, there are weird situations where people have certain problems and they can't take a multivitamin because of something in it, but we'll work that out. You know, if there's something you can't take or you can't do, we'll search to the ends of the earth to find you what you can do that works for you. We see lots of people with various chronic diseases, so sometimes they have difficulty, but by and large, most people do fantastic with a multivitamin. If all you ever took was the Daily Essentials, you would be just head and shoulders amongst most of your friends and family. You're going to have that advantage for your immune system, and your general health being better and your inflammation being lower. And when you come across, a virus or the flu or, the common colds, you're going to be less likely to get it. Also, we do have to do our lifestyle changes too. We have to exercise. We have to put good fuel in our bodies. We have to reduce our stress. So it's a whole program, mind, body, spirit, and we're here at the NHIC to help you do that. So give us a call sometime if you're interested to see us, or check out our website at www.nhicwestmi.com. Call the office if you have any questions, 616-301-0808. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.